morning, children. Today I am continuing with the chapter The Fall of Icarus. We are in a stage where it's very suspicious because we find that Icarus had started flying out of his cave with his. Both were very excited. Okay, and at the first scene, we see that Icarus' wings were caught by the wind, and almost immediately he soared away while his father was just coming behind. Okay, now turn your page. Let's start. Oh, what freedom! Icarus threw his head back and laughed as the startled seagulls dodged away from him. So now Icarus saw that he could fly higher than the seagulls. So what happened? He turned back and began smiling at them, laughing at them. But I can fly better than you. And then swooped back, calling warnings when he steered too close to the nestling cliffs. So when he came too close to the cliffs, okay, there was a warning also that the birds are nearby, they will get hurt. So it was as if a new world had come up to Icarus, where he felt that he was the supreme, he had the supreme power within him. Now what happened? Daedalus shouted to his son to be careful, stop playing with the birds, and follow him toward the shore of an island in the distance. So now Daedalus, he began to shout at Icarus, stop playing, my son. Just like your parents stop you when you all play something very dangerous. So what did Daedalus say? Stop playing with the birds and follow me properly towards the shore of an island in a little distance. So Daedalus knew that there is an island nearby and I'm going to take my son there and we'll be safe there. But Icarus was having too much fun. He was tired of always following his father, always listening to his endless lectures. And Icarus was thrilled with his sudden freedom. So now what happened? Icarus saw that I can even move without my father's instruction now. Okay? And he got tired. He felt tired. And he felt that he did not want to listen to his father anymore. That was the most saddest point of his life. Okay? He was tired of following his father and listening to his endless lectures. But those were the things which would take him to the other end of life. But he did not feel that. He watched the seagulls rise on their air currents high up over the sea and thought to himself, careful? Bah! The birds aren't careful. They are happy. They are free. Oh, what a glorious adventure this is! The sun is so warm, and the breeze tugs at my wings, as if even the wind is happy. I'm finally loose. So, what does Icarus think? That careful? My father tells me to be careful. It's so wonderful to be without care, to be carefree. The birds are happy since they are free. The wind is happy to touch me since I am free. So now, at the point of his life, he did not want to follow his father. He said that I am finally loose. Loose from the strings of my father. Loose from the carings of my father. I cannot believe I've been missing this for all these years, trapped in that cold, damp cave. And with that, he followed the seagulls up and up into the sky. So, what happened? He said that I cannot believe that I have been missing all this enjoyment for all my life. And where was he trapped? He says that he was trapped. Where was he trapped? In a cold, damp cave. But that was where he spent his childhood, enjoying. But to him now, it was a cold, damp cave. That's a very sad point of life. You should always appreciate what you get from God. Okay? Now, what did he do? He began to fly up and up into the sky, following the seagulls. Now, Daedalus, he began to shout from behind, "No, Icarus, stop!" shouted Daedalus. "The wax will melt if it gets too warm. Not so high, not so high." His father went on shouting. But Icarus was too far away, or too lost in his own happy thoughts of excitement to listen to his father's warnings. My dear children, let me tell you all, this should never come to your life. Never. Pray to God that this moment never comes to your life when you do not listen to your parents. As he flew still higher, he began to feel the warm wax dripping down his arms and saw feathers falling like snowflakes down around him. That was the point of time when he was about to lose his wings. The wings of the seagulls were not, what to say, normal wings. Okay, but his were not the normal ones. He did not remember that. Now, remembering his father's lectures, Icarus realized with horror his mistake. He began to work the pulleys to tilt his wings back towards the sea. As he did so, he saw more feathers drift away, and he began to lose height more quickly than he wanted. He began to fall down. His wings began to fall down, and he also began to fall down. Working the pulleys even more frantically means more, what to say? Frantically means almost madly. Icarus flapped his wings, trying to slow his fall. But the harder he flapped, the more feathers detached from the frame of his wings. So sad. Daedalus watched everything with horror. He saw that his son was going down, but he could not save his son now. As Daedalus watched in horror, Icarus plunged towards the sea, frantically flapping the pulleys with his arms. When he finally hit the water, there wasn't a feather left attached to him. Let me tell you all, children, these feathers of Icarus, they all resemble our short, very small mistakes in our life, which help us to fly very high. But when they pull us down, there is nobody to help us. So please follow your parents' guidance wherever you go, however older you become. Please try to follow your parents. Daedalus landed as quickly as he could on the beach near where Icarus had fallen, but the only sign of his poor child was a few feathers floating in the waves. Icarus was drowned. Hey, Daedalus crumbled to the sand. He became so sad. He was, what to say, blaming himself, his face and his hands, for he knew his son was dead. And it was due to his creation that his son was dead. He could not forget that. After many months, when Daedalus began to recover from his grief, He named the island Icaria in memory of his son. On the beach where he landed, he built a temple to the sun god Apollo, and inside it hung the wings he had created, going never to fly again. So he said, I will never create something for people to fly and for me to fly too, because he had seen the worst side of his creations, where he has lost his own child, the best creation of his life. So, this is the chapter, my dear children. We have got many things to learn from here. Please follow the chapter properly. And what is the message of your teacher? Please follow that. Okay? Thank you.